On a warm September morning in 2017, 33-year-old Taylor Wright seemed to vanish from Pensacola, Florida. A former police officer turned private investigator, Taylor had built a new life after a painful divorce. But beneath the surface, her world was filled with tension. Custody battles with her ex-husband, a new relationship already strained by jealousy and infidelity, and a best friend who would emerge not as a protector, but as a predator. When Taylor failed to appear in court and ignored calls from her loved ones, detectives immediately treated the case as suspicious. They needed to untangle her complicated personal life, and very quickly, 3 names rose to the surface, the people closest to Taylor: her ex-husband, Jeff Wright, her girlfriend, Cassandra Waller, and her best friend, Ashley McArthur. At first, investigators looked hard at Jeff Wright. Their marriage had ended in turmoil, and the two were still locked in heated disputes over both money and custody of their young son. Taylor had even withdrawn $100,000 from their joint accounts during the divorce, money Jeff wanted back. With so much motive, Jeff was an obvious first suspect. But when police tracked his movements, they confirmed he was in North Carolina at the time of Taylor's disappearance, hundreds of miles away. Whatever his resentments, Jeff was quickly ruled out. Attention then shifted to Cassandra Waller, Taylor's live-in partner. Cassandra was the one who first reported her missing, but detectives had to consider whether her concern was genuine or staged. Their relationship, though passionate, was turbulent. Cassandra had once caught Taylor cheating with another woman, and she also suspected drug use was straining their bond. To detectives, those discoveries suggested possible jealousy or conflict, enough to look closer. But when investigators examined Cassandra's alibi and communications, her timeline matched up. The messages she sent to Taylor on September 8th showed a woman worried and confused, not one plotting violence. Ultimately, Cassandra's heartbreak appeared real. She wasn't their killer. That left Ashley McArthur, a 40-year-old former crime scene technician turned small business owner, and one of Taylor's closest friends. She was supposed to safeguard $34,000 Taylor had pulled from a joint account with her ex. But as soon as the money hit Ashley's account, it was quickly withdrawn and spread across other accounts. Soon, nothing was left. Ashley, who admitted to an open relationship with Brandon Beatty, was spending freely on a motorcycle, a boat, and bills for her lover. By early September 2017, Taylor was pressing hard to get her money back. But then, on September 8th, 2017, Ashley arrived to pick up Taylor, telling Cassandra the two were going to the bank. Instead, they went horseback riding on a farm owned by Ashley's family. Ashley was the last person to ever see Taylor Wright alive. Ashley claimed she had dropped Taylor off with an Uber driver after a casual day on her family's farm in Milton. But phone towers told a different story. Taylor's phone and Ashley's had pinged together in the rural area of Britt Road, land tied to Ashley's relatives. To investigators, this was no coincidence. It was the first concrete crack in her account, and it shifted the spotlight firmly onto her. When the investigation was in full swing, Ashley called detectives regularly, asking how things were progressing, never realizing she herself had become their prime suspect.
Hey Ashley, it's Detective Gigliotti.
Hey, how are you?
I'm well. I'm sorry it's been busy this morning. Returning your call.
I was just calling to see if you had any update on her.
No, not at this point. We haven't, of course, contacted her yet. We have listed her into NCIC. I'm not sure if I told you, as a missing endangered person.
Okay.
We're probably going to be reaching out here soon to an entity doing like flyers.
Right.
You know, missing person flyers in case she's laying low somewhere in another city.
Then, on October 19th, 2017, Ashley McArthur was called back to the station for a second interview. But this time, things were different. Detectives were no longer simply listening to her story. They were armed with phone records, bank statements, and search warrants. Evidence that cut straight through the lies she had just told weeks before. Ashley walked in calmly, believing she could talk her way out again. But the detectives sitting across from her had no intention of letting her leave unchallenged.
As I was saying, when we were doing our investigation, we've looked into everyone
by nature we have to. We just got done talking to Cassandra not long ago, a few days ago. I know she's a girlfriend, right? I'm sure she cares about Taylor, as do you, I'm sure. But we found some bank records that drew some questions. Can you tell me anything about you and Taylor and any sort of involvement with any businesses?
She needed to put, like, money and whatever, and she also wanted to do some of the stuff with my t-shirt business and stuff as well, with her Takeo, and so we added her to my Purely Southern, Willsboro account.
Is that the t-shirt business?
Mm-hmm.
How does that work? What does that entail?
We do, like, festivals and things like that, sort of like the gun shows and things like that she was going to, where she wanted to sell her clips and tactical things and stuff like that.
Okay. So, did y'all have like a business agreement?
Nothing like really formal.
So what was kind of the plan? She was to just kind of come to put her name on y'all's business or something and come
yeah,
sell t-shirts?
Well, we would just use that as just a umbrella for all of the tactical and the t-shirts and everything together.
Okay. Now, were you going to do like the ordering for her, or was she going to just kind of bring the stuff and do her own thing?
We haven't really worked it all out yet.
Okay.
Which day y'all added or opened the account?
The account's been open
Okay.
for several years. We added her before she went to North Carolina with Drake.
How long ago was that, roughly? Do you remember?
Probably early August.
Okay. How do you, and just out of curiosity, how do you add someone to,
You have to go into the bank with that person, and they sign their portion, and then I sign that it's okay to be added to the account.
do you recall which bank y'all went to and did that?
Yeah, we went to the Wells Fargo on Lemon Road.
Okay. So, y'all agreed to be, I guess, business partners. Who all is in on that business?
The only people on there are me, Zach, and Taylor.
And Zach was okay with all that? With this?
He doesn't really have anything to do with it.
Typical guy.
Yeah. He's just kind of on the account because he's married to you?
Right.
Does he, on a daily basis, know how much money y'all have in y'all's checking account?
No.
Okay. So if he has to buy something, does he call you, hey, hon, is there this much money in the account? Can I buy this or can I buy that? Or
No,
he just swipes his card and if it gets declined, it gets declined?
Right.
So he just swipes. Sounds like my wife.
Goodness gracious.
Yes, people are like this one.
Does that frustrate you? Because I'm sure if he doesn't know, then he's just spending, you're making plans to pay this bill, that bill. Does it ever make y'all's account get jacked up because of spending?
Not really. I mean, he's pretty stable.
Okay.
He's not over the top or, whatever with anything. We, he's not crazy about, just nutty stuff or whatever.
How's that business doing?
It's okay. It's been better, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But
What about the t-shirt business? Is it?
we haven't done a lot with it since Zach got hurt, really. We used to be pretty active with it, and planned on, doing it again, but it's busy weekends, and it's a lot of travel and stuff like that, so.
Okay.
Like a certain time of the year, they have these conventions. There's a 12 year or
It's
12
pretty
months
much
a year.
year-round, but Taylor had a lot more time to do it, so, like, to do the travel and stuff like that, so she's going to take, like, the t-shirts and stuff more with her than we would be going out to do it, just because I'm sort of stuck here with my other business and stuff like that.
Okay. Fair enough. So basically what we're trying to do also is I mean, my concern here is Drake, right? I mean, I'm sure you have a child, right? I can't imagine, my kid's not old enough to know, obviously, anything, but how these children who are old enough to know their parents would feel if the parent just took off.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I was here for a couple hours and my daughter flipped out. She was everybody in the county.
Yeah, I mean, in a month. I don't know, I mean, how would your daughter feel if, and then not in the unknown, right? So one of my bigger concerns, not that I don't care about your feelings and with Taylor and all, or Cassandra's, but you have this child. So I kind of want to get him some sort of answers, right? And I don't really know where to go next. Do you have any ideas, anyone that we can go talk to?
I mean, other than the people that we've already talked about.
Anyone, has your mind changed at all? Do you feel any different? Have you thought about any other ways that this could have went down?
Not really. I don't know why she's so just irritated with that court date. You know, I don't.
No, we're talking about the court date for
This
with
whatever
Jeff.
Right. And thinking that he wanted to have her arrested and all that. I don't know. And
Do you think that she would go away intentionally for over a month?
I think that she would, but I don't know why she would. I mean, I could see her doing that, but I don't understand her reasoning to do any of that, but I can see her doing that. Because she just is that kind of person. She's going to go where she wants to go and do what she wants to do, and I don't know, I really feel like it's some sort of chess game with Jeff, and I don't understand it, but...
Sure. Do you think, out of all the people we've discussed, is there anyone that if they knew where Taylor was, that they would intentionally not tell us? Anyone that would be more apt to do that than others?
The only people that I would think that would be like that, or maybe that girl in Biloxi.
Which is?
I guess Ginger.
The one that she came out about Honesty Night and was like, hey.
Right. And I only say that because, like, she was a completely, like, hidden thing, like, nobody knew about her. She was, like, a secret in another city, you know what I mean? It just kind of was a bizarre, like, where did this come from? Because that's the first I'd ever even heard any mention of her or Taylor really being in Biloxi. Because like I told you, like most of their cases are local. So I didn't really understand why she was going there and then continuing to go there after the fact, but...
Sure. Has any of your friends or acquaintances ever met Taylor? Obviously we know Zach, your husband, that's cuts out. Let's say you met her, but anyone else ever met her that she...
Maybe my friend Audrey. But we weren't really, like, out and about like that together much.
Yeah. Is that, and Audrey is who again?
She worked at one of my locations.
Is that the girl you were saying something about going to Biloxi or New Orleans with?
Yes. Yes, she did go with us, yes.
Is that the one that you were saying that you had to...
Take her to the hospital.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Can I ask a question? The purely Southern account over the past year, do you know how many deposits you and Zach or Ashley would have made into the account?
We probably haven't made any. Taylor put a check in there, or we put a check in there for Taylor maybe 3 or 4 times. Small checks, and then I gave Taylor the cash for them, but it was mostly just she was wanting the cash and stuff like that. But I had given her previously when her she said she had some banking issues or frozen accounts or whatever, some cash, and she owed me cash back. So
How much cash did you give her?
Probably 20,000 or something.
Ashley insisted that Taylor had borrowed money from her, a claim that, on the surface, painted Ashley as the one owed repayment. But detectives knew better. They let her speak carefully, giving her no reason to sense just how much they already uncovered. In reality, evidence showed the opposite. Ashley was the one indebted to Taylor. Investigators had traced cashier's checks bearing Taylor's name, signatures later proven to be forged, deposited by Ashley herself. Each new discovery chipped away at her story, exposing the lies she believed could shield her from the truth.
Over a period of weeks.
Oh, not at one time.
No.
So how much money do you think she owed you back?
I don't know, I think the total probably was, I don't know, I have to look at it. Because I had been giving her cash, and she said, well, you know, when she gets her money or whatever, she would, you know, pay him back and put it in the account or whatever. And, maybe more than that, but I think she deposited a couple of her checks to that to pay me back, maybe 3 or 4 total. But we hadn't, like I said, we hadn't really used the account until Taylor and I started discussing, you know, doing this or whatever.
So, now you just mentioned that you said that we deposited checks for her.
Like she would give them to me, and
maybe I just don't know much about checks. It's before my time. So she
Yeah,
can.
we didn't even get a check.
It's all like I don't. That's all stuff that I heard used to happen. That's like with VHS and all. So she has a check given to her, made out to her, and she can give it to you to deposit.
Yes, because we're all in the same account.
Okay.
I think she has to sign it, though, right?
I don't know if you have to sign, like, I don't sign mine. You just put them in.
Have you ever had to sign her name to a check? To deposit?
No.
But my wife will forge my name on there. Don't think about it.
Most checks you don't have to.
You just put deposit only on there, I think.
You can put deposit only, or, like, when I deposit a lot of them, I just put them in. If it's in an account with your name on it, because I think if you were cashing something is when, you know what I mean? Because then you'd be receiving the cash, but if it's going into a listed account with, you know, your name is supposed to be your, you know, whatever, you know.
And she was having her accounts were frozen, so
yeah, that's a while ago.
So y'all would deposit when all this was going down with the check stuff, or before that?
No, it was before that.
So her account was back active.
I guess at the time, I don't know.
Okay. But when y'all deposited the checks, and I'm assuming you had access to the funds, or y'all had access to the funds after. Do you know what bank she was having issues, or where these checks were coming from?
What do you mean, which checks were coming?
Like, were these paychecks that someone wrote to her, or were these like where she pulled money out of a bank in form of a...
She had one cashier's check, and then I think the others were like little paychecks that somebody had written to her.
Do you recall how much the cashier's check was for?
I think 33, 34.
And she or you deposited that?
I deposited that. I actually deposited all of the checks for her.
Into
unless she deposited more than I know. I mean, because she would just hand it to me and I go
And that was into the Simply or
purely the account.
Okay. Did she ever make withdrawals or expenses from that account?
That I don't think so, because most of it was paying me back for the money I had already given her.
Sure. Now, when you were loaning her money, was it like, here's $5,000, here's $10,000, or was it like, here's a couple $100?
No, it's like, because she said that and this started way back in probably February, maybe? I don't know, that she was having, issues with her bank or whatever and trying to get money out of whatever she was doing or whatever. So usually I'd give her like $1,000 or $1,500 a week or so to keep, and
Good Lord.
well, so that she could, do what she needed to do and buy her products for her stuff and, keep up her.
Pretty fair. Well, wish I had another friend, but I don't know if you let me borrow $1,500.
Well, I mean, and that was for a week, but I mean, and honestly, it was probably very stupid because knowing what I know now, there's a good chance I would have never gotten, paid back for any of it because it turns out it really wasn't her. But I didn't know her to be anything but honest with me,
Sure.
So.
And you loaned her approximately $20,000 over the course of those. Okay.
It was probably 26 or 28. I don't really know. I mean, it wasn't. And she just said, once I get the money, I'll put it in there for you, whatever. And okay, that's fine. But I mean, to my knowledge, she was making it with her private investigator stuff, but she just was like, this money is getting tied up. Can you help me out? And
Zach know all this?
probably not. I mean, we don't really talk about finance stuff.
Did you ever talk to anyone about any of this, any of the loans or Taylor being on the account? Was there anyone else y'all discussed about being partners with y'all, or anyone that she had in mind?
I mean, no, she didn't discuss it with me. Now, I think she does have another guy that she works with some of her other stuff.
No, PI stuff or a different?
Some of her Taco stuff that is like the molding.
Maybe molding.
Molding for like clips and holsters.
Oh, so they make gun holsters.
Yeah, like those Kydex holsters and different things.
She's got a business that does that.
Mm-hmm. That's what we were all going to just umbrella into the other.
They were just going to go out to the place. You were going to have kind of the T-shirts.
Well, that's the thing. She was going to go and have, like, all of it together typically, because I didn't have the time to go, and so we were just going to kind of add it together. And realistically, she, I think was mostly doing that so that she didn't have to let Jeff see all of her stuff,
Yeah.
Because she was busy trying to.
Did Jeff inquire about the funds at all whenever he reached out to you? About, like, these funds that she apparently had taken from or withdrawn from an account that he was on?
I think he said something about, like, that she had to do that in the court or whatever, but I mean, he didn't really mention much of it at all.
I wanted to at some point go back over kind of your timeline again,
Okay.
if you didn't mind. And the day that she last went missing, can you kind of start with like that night before, if you remember?
Can I check my phone really quick?
Sure. Do they have a problem with us bringing the phones in?
I'm not supposed to bring them in here.
Well, can I just walk out there and, like, check it? Because I told everybody I'd be, like, to work, and so they're going to be like, where are you?
Yeah.
It shouldn't take much longer.
Yeah, we'll try to speed this up.
Well, I just didn't want anybody to, like, they're probably going to be like, where am I? And my collector's supposed to meet me in my house, so I was like, oh, I won't be down there long, so I didn't know.
Yeah, it shouldn't take very long.
Yeah, it won't take too long. So the night before, how did that go? Were you with Taylor?
I saw her at Twin Peaks.
Okay. And how did that go?
I mean, it was pretty uneventful. I just met him up there. I didn't eat. Taylor ate. Cass didn't eat. And
then so that, did you go home after that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what time did you leave your house again? On the, I guess it would be the 8th. Is that right?
7th would have been the day before.
Yeah, so the 8th
So
would have
the
been
8th
the
would have
day.
been the
probably not till
that Saturday, right? What Saturday the 8th?
these run together for me.
Yeah, we're just, and like I said, we went
September
over
8th, sorry, that's a Friday.
Friday. So that it was a Friday. And we're just trying to get everyone kind of went through this with Cassandra, everything that she did, where she went, and Jeff, we're going to end up doing this with him as well. Was he in town? Was he not in town? But, so you woke up on the 8th about what time on Friday?
I wasn't very early.
Did y'all have like preset plans to go meet Taylor and pick her up that day?
Yeah, she and I were going to spend the day together, so, but she called me, probably 9 or 9:30, I would imagine. It would have probably been earlier than that.
And is that when y'all made the plans to be together all day, or was that pre-planned?
We planned to do that the day before, I think.
Okay.
Because I was off and didn't have a whole lot, to do that day or whatever.
Sure. So, on the 8th, something I forgot to ask you before. So, I know you told me before that you went over and picked up Taylor.
Right.
How did your morning go before that?
I have no idea.
When did you wake up and go straight over there, or did you have other activities going on that morning?
No, I think I just woke up and left the house and went over there. I'm not really a morning person, so.
Let me ask you, roughly what time did you go to bed the night before, do you recall? Was it like shortly after leaving Twin Peaks?
Oh, no. I'm not a late night person.
Okay.
I wouldn't have gone to bed until, probably 2 or 3 or...
Do you recall what you did that night?
I probably went to Dick's and maybe ate, so there's no time.
Sure.
My friends, I mean...
What's Dick's?
It's one of my locations,
Oh,
for my business. Mm-hmm.
You have machines there, I guess?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you went to Sticks, and then...
Most likely.
Okay.
I mean, I don't remember.
Yeah. Is there any particular people you hang out with there?
I mean, I'm friends with the owner, and, there's several people that are there,
And who's the owner?
Brandon Beatty.
Brandon Beatty. Who would you have gone to babes with?
Probably him and, anybody that was at the bar, or that was there later, and although,
Brandon ever meet Taylor?
No.
Never? Okay.
Mm-mm.
Is he not a fan of you going out places, or he just...
No, he's okay. Like, that guy has kind of an open relationship.
Yeah. And he's cool with that? Like, that's his want, or that's just how you're like, look, I'm making all the money, and that's how shit's gonna be?
He doesn't really care. He is just, I mean, Zach does what Zach wants to do too, so, you know.
Have Zach and Taylor ever been together?
No. That really wasn't, like, we didn't have any kind of relationship like that with Taylor.
Do you think before, or is it possible that before you had met Taylor that Zach and Taylor were like that, or do you think he would have told you that?
He probably would have told me. I mean, because he's, like, you know, pretty open about it. I mean, I wouldn't think so. He kind of always, I mean, he thinks she kind of looks manly. She's not really, like, his type.
Sure. How does he feel about you and Brandon being friends?
Sometimes he's better about it than others.
Sure. No, I'm tracking. And look, we're all adults here, right?
Nothing you can say is going to catch us off guard.
No, we're cool with it, and I'm not here to judge anyone's lifestyles. I got no problem with it. So that night, y'all, or you, Zach, didn't go. You went to Sticks, maybe to Babes, or
Maybe.
Let's pause here. Babes wasn't just a strip club. It was one of Ashley's regular haunts. Witness testimony from friends and staff painted a disturbing picture. They remembered Ashley speaking openly about wanting Taylor out of the way. She joked that she was too small to fight, so if it came to it, she'd use a gun. Others recalled darker comments, that she might slip cocaine into Taylor's drink. And one witness described the night before Taylor vanished. Ashley allegedly told them Taylor had taken a sip of beer, only to spit it out immediately, saying it tasted bitter. Each account deepened the sense that Ashley's plans were far more deliberate than anyone had first imagined.
what did you do? Did you recall what you did after that?
I would have gone home.
Okay. Is there anyone that you may have hung out with that night who you're more involved with than just friends?
What do you mean?
Like, you say that you and Zach are in an open relationship.
Yeah, but like that, nobody more than that.
Okay. No more than just friends, or than just strictly open relationship?
No, like Brandon is the only person that I ever really see.
Okay. So,
His wife, is he married? I'm assuming he's married. She doesn't know?
She does.
Oh, she's cool with it too? Oh, crap.
so he does his own thing, and hey, look, this
Society does exist.
Yeah. So he does his own thing, she does her own thing.
Right.
You do yours, and Zach does his. Are there any other folks involved? So when you say open, it's y'all are kind of open, but you have one particular kind of person that you...
I do, because I just don't choose to, like, I'm actually a very kind of shy person.
Sure.
But Zach not so much.
They just...
Goes out there.
And that's, and you're cool with that? You don't have a problem with him doing his thing like that? Okay. So, after Babes, you go home. Then what? Sure, and then you wake up.
Do you and Brandon hook up that night?
I have no idea. I mean, like, I don't know, I just, some days we do, some days we don't. Some days, I mean, it just, we're just hanging out with friends or whoever, or,
I think is Brandon the one that there was the day that Jeff and I met you at your house and we were trying to get the phone working? Was Jeff the one that brought you over there that day? Or I'm sorry, Brandon the one that brought you over there that day? It was a kind of a white guy in a white car.
No. That is one of my cousins that's in town.
Okay. And who's that? Just
Kyle Britt.
okay.
Where
does he stay?
He is from Gainesville, and he just moved back here. So, he is an interesting character. Is he in school, or does he work with you in the business? No, he's at UWF. He just happened to be helping me that day with some of moving stuff, just as extra hands on deck. But
where does he stay on campus out there?
He is staying with a friend right now. I don't know where they're staying.
And did he ever meet Taylor?
No.
Was she here? Okay. So you go to sleep, wake up the next day. Do you recall if you had any activities that morning when you woke up, or how did that morning go?
Nothing. I mean, I'm not a morning person, so I probably would have just slept in until I went to get Taylor.
Okay.
I don't remember. I mean, most likely I didn't go anywhere until I left the house that morning.
And then, so, can you just go through your day again for me?
Well, I went to Taylor's, and she was moving stuff there, our house, so we were there for a little bit. And then we went to my office. And then we went to paint, because I had to make it perfect.
You know, I think that would have been...
Fairfield Drive.
Is this all Wells Fargo?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Some folks got newer banks.
And then we came back to my house, I think. And then we went back to, I think we came back to my house. And then we went back to her house. And then she got some of her stuff. And then we drove by a place in Beulah, Britt Road.
You said, is that the place that you said she was working the case on?
Right.
Do you recall at all exactly where that place was, or?
I wish that my phone told me. I mean, I just wasn't really paying attention to what it was. I know it's somewhere between, 9 Mile and Mobile Highway.
Which is that's a pretty short stretch, I think.
Yeah, I don't think it's not that long.
On Beulah Road, was all Beulah Road, sir?
I mean, that's what, she was looking for a car or whatever, but it was on that road. We didn't, go
So
on.
y'all go north of, this would be 9 miles to go to this house? Or are we on one?
No, we went south of there from between Mobile Highway and Wheeler Road, because we stopped at that gas station to get a drink.
What were y'all driving that day?
The Zach's F-250.
Okay. Does he know y'all were driving it?
Yes, and he was curious. You see that bitch in my truck?
Good Lord, he's got some pictures for her, doesn't he?
Yeah. I can't wait to hear that. Well, but my car, or, no, my collector had my car, and he had a Jeep maybe for something. I don't know. Anyway, I got stuck with it. So.
You said your collector had your car?
Mhm.
What's a collector?
Yeah.
Oh, the lady that goes around and collects the money on the machines for me.
Okay.
Nice. So you don't have to go do that.
I typically go with her, that way I can talk to the customers and stuff like that, but she, does it on a daily basis.
Really? So you gotta run collect every day? Yeah. Just out of curiosity, how you don't mind, how much money does that bring in? Like pool tables and...
Some of our, like, pool tables will have $300 or $400 a week a piece in them. And the jukeboxes, $600 or $700 a piece.
A week?
Mm-hmm.
Good God.
Well,
Awesome.
I'm sure
Happy
you're
for
gonna have
you.
a bunch of them to make it
Oh, we have a ton.
profitable, right?
Yeah, but my dad's been in this business for like 45 years, so we have a bunch of locations and a bunch of equipment.
So when you got in the game, it was kind of already a little bit, primed for you.
Already established, huh?
Didn't have
Oh,
a
yeah.
whole bunch of overhead. You had to go buy tons of machines or anything like that.
No, but it's actually not as good a business as it used to be, only because a long time ago we used to have like a bunch of recreation, you probably don't know about that, recreation centers and like arcades and things, and now it's not really like that because they're like since Xbox and stuff like that came out, it's kind of
I remember
changed.
the arcades.
People use phones as jukeboxes now.
Yeah.
Right. In fact, we have this kind of jukeboxes.
Really?
Yeah, where you can do the digital bar link or whatever.
I do remember the arcades kind of dying out when I was younger. I do remember them though. But I agree, there was more. Every mall you went to, there was a pretty big arcade. You go into any movie theaters that I recall, there was like pretty big arcades in there.
Right.
Now I think there's like some sole like standalone arcade places,
Right.
but I don't think it's like you said. I don't think it's as
Well, we used to have one at the beach on the boardwalk.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't know which one that was.
where Counting Funds is.
Yeah, they used to be an arcade?
Mm-hmm.
Really? I never knew that.
Yeah, it was Clearwater Beach Arcade, and it was right there.
Y'all owned the whole arcade or just rented the machines?
The whole thing. That one we leased the spot and did ourselves, but most of them we just put some equipment in there. We put it in and it's 50-50 or 60-40 depending on whatever the split is. And we have like we have resorts and things like that over in Alabama and stuff like that. Where we put games for their game room. They still have game rooms and stuff for things like that.
Sorry, I kinda got off the track.
Yeah, I keep happening. Sorry.
I'm gonna get killed.
So you were at you said you went to the store, grabbed a drink.
Mm-hmm.
Do you recall which store that was?
The Tom Thumb at Beulah and Yuma.
So you stop in there, you get a drink, and then where?
And then I think that's when we went to go check their scenic highway spot.
Who's there? Is it there?
Their scenic, Taylor scenic highway spot, like their,
Okay,
whoever
I got you.
their
Whoever she was
location
working the
there.
case on over there.
Right.
Do you recall how long you were out there at the store in Beulah?
Not really. We weren't there a whole long time.
Are we talking, just so we can kind of keep up with this time, are we talking like 5-10 minutes?
Probably so. Maybe 10.
Okay.
I think it was pretty busy because I think we actually had to move spots.
Okay.
So
y'all go from there to scenic. How did that go?
And then,
Or let me ask you, sorry, how did you get there? Do you recall which way you took?
I think we just went down the mile to the interstate. And then back up to
Is that the interstate right there in Beulah? Or by Navy Fed and all?
Right.
Okay. So you get on there, you go to...
And then go to scenic. And then go north on scenic.
Did y'all ever stop at a place or pull down like a little side road, or was it just strict?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
paying attention to what, you know what I mean? It's hard because that day didn't mean anything to me at that point, It was just another day.
And what did y'all go do after that?
At that time, I went to the farm in Milton, and then we came back home.
Okay. Let me make sure I got the right number for you too before I forget. What all numbers do you have, or what all numbers can I reach you at?
71222.
Okay. Do you still have? I know you were borrowing your friend's phone.
Yeah.
Is that still?
That's what it works for me. She won't select her.
Okay. So you still borrowing her phone, or she's got her phone back?
She has her phone.
Okay. Is there any other phones that you have, or would have had today that we could reach you on now? Remember? Okay. So y'all went to Milton Farm. When was the decision made, do you recall, to go out there?
We were just talking, and she was just wanting to ride around.
What was her attitude like?
She just bored and, she was just kind of, she'd talk about, the court case and stuff and joke a little bit, and like I said, she was drinking beer since 9, and so that morning, whenever I went and got her, and she wasn't like depressed or angry or anything like that. She was, irritated when she would talk about that, but not like just crabby and And that's why when she tells me, that she wants to get a beer, that I didn't really think much of it at all.
Sure, it's an adult. So y'all went up to the Milton Farm.
Mm-hmm.
Do you recall how you got out there, or which?
The interstate, to 87.
And how does that? Now that's your family's farm,
Mm-hmm.
or Zach's family?
Mine.
How does that work? Do y'all just kind of go freely when you want, or do you have to tell someone you're coming?
No, I can just go out there.
Does anyone live out there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And how long were y'all out there roughly?
30 minutes maybe.
And this is, you said, off of Highway 87,
Mm-hmm.
and shows on 90.
Mm-hmm.
That stretches all the way out through Milton.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, I'm stick around here for the most part.
I guess if you don't know where Target is, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I stick pretty much where I'm needed. And that's just kind of locally right around here. So y'all went out there 87 to 90 and hit the farm.
Mm-hmm.
I was there for a couple hours. Do you recall anything, her attitude or what it was like out there?
She was just the same. She wasn't in a bad mood. She wasn't the happiest I've ever seen her, but she wasn't crabby or, out of sorts or sad or, just kind of.
Was there any other family out at the farm when y'all went out there?
Mm-mm.
Okay. What did y'all do?
We just walked around and looked at the animals, and she hopped on one of the horses bareback for a minute, and
Rode around and that's it?
settled around. Well, she was telling me about her, I guess, Nancy in Tallahassee has the animals, and they just had been there not much longer before that.
Okay. So she seemed relatively normal outside of being a little frustrated over the court thing. Was she highly intoxicated at any point?
Oh no, she probably only had 2 beers throughout the whole time I was with her, but I just thought it was odd that she was drinking them. That's not what I start my day with,
Sure, well, to each their own. So y'all left the farm in Milton and went where?
Back to my house.
Okay, and can you kind of walk me through that drive? Anything that stood out to you that you can remember?
Really.
Do you recall, I know it's been a month, but do you recall, which roads you may have taken back?
Maybe Davis Highway or Fairfield, or how I would usually go to the interstate to Fairfield or.
Okay. And you go back. Go ahead. You're fine.
No, go ahead.
So you get back to the house, then what?
Then I went inside. And then that's when she left.
Okay. I think you mentioned something about another phone that she may have had. Is that
Right.
what's going on with that?
I don't know. I've never seen her with it before that day.
Okay. Anything that stands out about it? Her ever mentioned any cellular provider she had?
No. The only thing I ever thought that was odd is because her number was the South Florida number.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't think any of her phones were in her name.
Right. Right before y'all parted ways, what was her attitude like?
I didn't get the impression that she was overly stressed or anxious or. I just didn't think anything of it when she said, I think I'm going to have a beer. Okay. I just didn't.
Sure. When she spoke about Drake, or when you saw her around Drake when they were, what was that like? Did she seem, as a mother yourself, how did she seem?
I didn't even know she had a son until this summer. Like, she never really talked about him that much.
Did she ever talk about calling him or anything like that?
No, like I said, I didn't know that she had him until, she just never ever mentioned it. But, then in the course of the summer, he came down some, and she, that's when I met him and whatever, and I had to watch him those 2 days.
How was he?
He's a great kid. Smart, full of energy, well-spoken. He's a good kid.
As a mother yourself, what kind of person do you think it takes to just leave a child like that?
I wouldn't leave mine.
Do you think that Taylor had that personality, or was that kind of person that she could do that?
Well, I would say no, but I also know that she did tell me that she never wanted children.
And this is her biological child. This wasn't like Jeff's kid.
No,
that she came in the picture. Okay. And
I think she had that discussion maybe with Cass too. I don't know, but we were talking about her, whether she liked girls or guys and why, and she said that part of the time she felt like she was with Jeff because she felt like that's what she needed to do. She needed to get married to the hunky guy and have a child, and but it wasn't her ultimate lifestyle or whatever.
It was like the family.
Right.
Just I'm sticking there. I'm tired of holding.
Yeah. Do you have anything?
I do. When obviously I told you we checked into the bank stuff.
Sure.
When we checked into your phone calls, do you remember dialing 911 that morning? Tell me what happened.
Early that morning?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Okay, yeah, tell me what happened.
Okay. I do now.
I figured that would stick out in your mind.
911 or
You
did I
called
just
911 and the police department.
Okay, I don't remember calling 911, but I remember calling the police department. It's because, no, it's fine. I remember doing it. I'll tell you why. Because there was a fight at Babes prior to that, and we were checking to see if somebody had a warrant. We asked the desk sergeant if there was a warrant for 2 people.
Okay.
Like people that y'all didn't like that were there?
No, Brandon wanted to know if he had a warrant. Yeah.
Oh, he has a warrant.
Because of this fight.
Oh.
There was a fight prior to that at Babe, and so he didn't know. Like, there was a bunch of people involved, I guess, in it, and I don't know that he was in it. I don't think he was in the fight, but
That day?
No. Like a week or so before. And I guess there was a whole bunch of people involved, and he was trying to make sure that he wasn't, like, one of the people that was, you know, because they fight out there all the time. Like, there's constantly some sort of silliness going on. And he is the tugboat captain with Coast Guard. I mean, so he can't be, like, involved in any kind of, like...
Brandon is?
Yeah. So, any kind of shady whatever. And so, he was like, damn, I hope I don't have some warrant for this fight, because all these people were, you know... They get a parking lot full of whatever, and then they're all pushing each other.
Mention this. Did you and Brandon witness a wreck on the bridge that morning?
Oh, yeah, okay, now I remember. The days run together. Yes, a car hit the side rail, and we called FHP responded.
Okay. Did he attempt to call from his phone and it die or something like that?
That I don't know.
Were you all in the same car together?
No, we're in separate cars.
Who was with you?
Nobody.
Who was with him?
Nobody.
Okay. Where were y'all headed to?
His boat.
Okay. And where's his boat kept at?
Island Cove Marina.
Where's that at?
Off of Burgess, first right to the right.
Like off of Wise Lane, I think it is. Is that Wise? We go across the bridge?
Go across the bridge from right.
Okay, yeah, I think that's Wise. Okay. All right. Do you know how cell towers work and how phones communicate with cell towers? Okay.
This is the moment when detectives decided to turn up the pressure. Until now, Ashley's been allowed to believe she still holds the upper hand, unaware of just how much investigators already know. But that illusion was about to shatter. She insisted that she and Taylor spent the afternoon at her family's farm in Milton. Towers placed her not in Milton at all, but pinging for hours along Britt Road, nearly 30 miles from the place she swore she'd been. For detectives, this wasn't just a detail. It was a crucial flaw in Ashley's story, one she would struggle to explain as the walls began to close in.
What happens is your phone, well,
I mean, I'm sure
it's still communicating with the tower, even if it's in this building.
Sure.
It's telling us, that way it knows if you get a call, it picks up the tower, this is from a strength. Okay. And based off that, the tower can tell you what sector of the tower you're communicating with. I'm not an artist, so I'm going to try to draw this the best that I can. Let's say like the tower's right in the middle here, and that tower covers that much area.
Right.
So most towers have three different sides on it. So it's kind of equal into a pie, like that. And it can tell you if you're on this sector, or this sector, or this sector. And we have got all these things right here. I'll show you what it looks like. Are basically what I try to draw. Like right here. At 9:05 in the morning,
right.
Your phone was communicating with this tower.
Gotcha.
And it was somewhere in this sector. Mm-hmm. Probably at your house.
Right.
This would apply to your house. Okay. Now, the phone that Brandon has, is it in your name? Mm-hmm. Okay. How does Zach know that you have a phone? He has a phone in your name?
No.
Okay. We won't plan on telling him. Nothing we talk about in here goes back to Zach, and I hope you do us the same favor.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing needs to go back to Zach. I don't know how much trouble it would cost between you two, and we're not here to cause you any trouble.
That's fine.
With Zach. And I don't want no problems with Zach either. But when we started plotting all the phone calls that you and Taylor were making that day, there were some discrepancies in what you had told us.
Okay.
Okay. We know that you didn't go to Milton when you said you went to Milton.
We did go to Milton.
Not when you said you went, though.
Oh, well, I don't know what.
You went that evening.
Oh, okay.
Around 7:30, 8 o'clock. Maybe you went to dinner out there or something?
We did go to dinner out there.
Who all went to dinner out there with you?
Me and Zach.
You and Zach. Okay. Where'd y'all eat at?
Maybe Blackwood or Eastwood?
That ain't good. I don't know about that. I have no reason to go to Santa Rosa County.
Oh, anyway.
No.
No, I stay out on by the Walmart there on Blue Angel, and I have no reason to leave that area. Okay, so there are some discrepancies, but we'll go over that all with you here in a minute. We're just trying to get everything out here. How often do you talk to this Kyle Britt guy?
Probably a couple times a day.
When I say talk, text or voice.
Right.
Okay. Do you remember talking to him that day on the 8th?
Probably.
You know what y'all would have spoke about?
Probably school or something.
Do you know if he was at home that day?
I don't think he was. I don't know. I don't know. I think he was at his aunt's house.
Who's his aunt?
I don't know.
Where does she stay? Now then, who was Kyle's parents?
My aunt and uncle.
What's their names?
Karen and Britt.
Karen Britt.
Mm-hmm.
And what's his name?
Carl.
Karen and Carl. Okay. Now where do they stay?
Jacksonville.
Do they have any property here in Florida?
Yeah.
Or, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say Florida. Jacksonville is Florida. Any property here in Escambia County?
Yeah.
Okay, where's that at?
That is off of Beulah Road too. Or no, off of 297.
Okay. Now, do you travel out there a lot to their property?
Not a whole lot.
Do you travel more to their property or more to your aunt's property in Milton?
My aunt's property in Milton.
Okay. When was the last time you think you went out to the property of Beulah? Or 297, whatever you call it?
Probably a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Was Kyle there when you went?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're just there. What was the purpose of going out there?
My aunt was here, and I stopped by to say hi to them.
Okay. Was she visiting?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Dinner or just out to say hello?
We did brunch.
Oh, okay. So you're out there early?
Yeah.
Mid-morning? All right. What is Kyle's number? Do you know off the top of your head by chance? Okay. Yeah, I couldn't tell you my wife's number if I had to. Let's just say this is Anna in my phone. You know if it's a local number or if it's a long distance number?
I don't know either.
Do you call the aunt is it your aunt, his parents? Do you call them? How often do you speak to them?
It just depends. I mean, 1 week we might talk 15, 20 times. The next week we might not talk for a week. It just depends on, you know.
Okay.
Here's some. I want to go back to the cow stuff here for a minute. This right here. Is this that check you were talking about earlier?
Mm-hmm.
It totally can be explained on what's
Yeah, that's why. I think this is we're trying. You know whose signature that is?
says Taylor's name, but it doesn't really look like her signature.
Would you have maybe wrote her name on there by chance?
Probably not.
And look, if y'all are on the account together, and you have
No.
permission to, that,
Oh,
well, that's what we're getting at, is, did you have permission to?
I didn't, she told me to deposit all the checks that I deposited. There should be several others.
There are. There's this one, right? You gonna put that one in there?
Mhm.
Is that clearly Taylor's signature?
It looks like it. Her signature is usually more bubbly.
But it's different. Obviously, those two signatures are different.
Oh, sure.
Correct.
But it's
You would agree
usually
with
more-
that too, right?
Oh, yeah.
How about this one? Is this one you would have put in there, you think?
Probably.
And what about that signature?
This is what her signature usually looks like. It's all bubbly.
These two seem more similar than this one to those, correct? That's why I was asking earlier if you've ever signed her name to something. Personally, I don't care if she's telling you can, that's fine.
I don't know, but
That's dealings with the bank.
she just,
you know.
we are,
But this is your signature?
Mhm.
To me, that looks more to that kind of writing. But, I'm not a handwriting expert. I'll never claim to be a handwriting expert. But all these signatures are yours, correct?
right.
Okay, that's just those ones. So obviously, again, it's not an issue with me. I just needed to, if you wrote that, that's fine. I just need to know if you wrote it or not.
I didn't, but I don't know. It doesn't look like her signature to me either. But
Did Zach have written her name on there?
technically, we can use that account ever.
So,
I know that I deposited this.
okay. What happened to this money after you deposited it?
A lot of it I used because it was payment for the money that I had been given to her.
She knew that you were going to do that with that check?
Oh, yeah.
And that's fine. It's a joint account.
That's why we did the account like that.
So what we did is you had the ability to plot all your phone calls for that day on where you were. Taylor. And it all starts at 9:05, okay? So 9:05, you're probably at home.
Mm-hmm.
8:15, you're probably at home. 9:05. 9:13. 9:15. And it's the same tower, just, well, it's a different tower because it's on the south side of your house. But what it does is there's 3 towers, and your phone will communicate with the one that's got the best signal.
Right.
And that's how it knows. That's how you always know to drop a call. It looks like you're moving here. This may have been, I don't know where you may have been going, but it was 9:51. You know about what time y'all went over to your office after you picked her up? You know where y'all may have been going. What's about what time you picked her up? Let me ask you that. That may be easier.
Probably, I thought it was about 10:30, but I could be wrong.
Then, for some reason, it didn't capture any more towers from 10:30 to 12:10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, at 12:10, you are in here.
Mm-hmm.
We know that your aunt and uncle and Kyle own the farm there on Britt Road.
Right.
And it's showing that you're probably near that farm, or if not, at that farm. And you're there when, this is the time when you're telling us that you're probably in Milton or headed towards Milton, because it's 12:10 in the afternoon.
We were still on the Beulah side then.
Yeah, but if you're at that Tom Thumb, it's going to be covering down here, not up here. The Tom Thumb is not covered by this tower. Okay. 1210, 1222, 1246. You're still covering the farm. 1247, 1301. Or sorry, 1311, which is 111.
You've been calling?
There's no telling. Like, I get so many calls each day.
You're out here for quite a while. Then you leave around, at least at 1344, your phone's not communicating with the part of the tower that covers Britt Road. What were y'all doing out there at this farm? You know y'all were there.
We picked up some stuff that Taylor had there that needed.
What was
that
that?
she had stored. Some kind of lockbox that she had.
Why would you not tell us that originally?
Because she asked me not to tell anyone ever.
It's not going to fly.
I gotcha.
Okay. Did you text Kyle that day asking if he was at home?
That I don't know. Probably not. I mean, he wouldn't care if I was there.
Would you have contacted anyone and asked if anyone else was going to be out there? When did you and Taylor take this safe or lockbox out there?
A few weeks before.
Okay. And who has access to that lockbox?
She does.
What was in it?
That I don't know.
And so y'all left there, where'd y'all go?
Probably.
Absolutely. You're trying to find closure.
No, I totally understand.
Do you go back out to this farm after y'all leave?
To put her box up?
I'm asking you, do you go back out to the farm after y'all leave?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I mean, after that day was not that eventful for us.
Beg to differ. I beg to differ with you there. Was Mr. Beatty with y'all when y'all went out there?
No.
He wasn't with y'all?
He's not going to have any towers showing out there.
Not that I know of.
So it was just you and her?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else? Zach wasn't with you?
Mm-mm.
Did you call and have anyone come meet you out there, or text to come meet you out there?
No.
Okay.
So you leave. Looks like maybe you go back to your house. I don't know where y'all go. This is at 157.
Right.
When you leave there, that's why it's important. When y'all leave there, where do y'all go?
I don't really remember. I mean, like I said, it wasn't like, we were just really kind of riding around.
What was going through your mind at that time?
What do you mean?
What were you thinking about?
Nothing really. I mean, I don't. It was just kind of a regular day.
Regular day?
I mean, that.
If it's so regular, why wouldn't you tell us about this? Even if she didn't want you to tell us about it, we're working a missing person case where your friend for over a year is missing.
I honestly didn't think it was very important to this at all.
Why was the rest of the day important, though?
I mean, really, that whole day was not. I mean, like, us going to my office and any of that.
I think something happened and you're trying to forget about it, personally. Okay. And that's fine. That's fine.
Here's the thing. You tell us that y'all went out to Milton and Road Horses.
Right.
Honestly, did that happen?
Yes, it did.
So, you'll have cell tower hits.
There should be cell tower hits in Milton at some point in the day.
Not when you're having dinner with Zach.
No.
But after you left Beulah.
There should be.
There's none.
Well,
Not if you go out there with Zach.
phone calls.
So you have phone calls all day, because here's your phone
Oh,
record.
sure.
160 pages worth.
Oh, I understand.
All right, so you go back out there. When you say you're not sure if you went back out, probably didn't. You actually did go back out there at 2:45. And you're out there for quite a while again.
So really, in essence, you spent, it seems like, at least a large portion of the majority of your day out here.
It really wasn't, though. I mean, we were
Several hours.
here and
You're still there. And you're still there. And you're still
And
there.
look,
at the same
like,
time.
Yeah, there's two different phone calls.
Mm.
There's two different calls.
Gotcha.
so, like Chad said, you know, I feel there's a reason you don't want to tell us this, but the thing is, I know you're not a bad person, right? This is a person, you're someone who tells me that your friend goes in the hospital, when you're going on a vacation, right, to probably one of the funnest cities in the southeast region. Would you agree?
The best.
Right? Awesome. So you're going to this place that's going to be a blast with friends that are going to be fun to be around,
Oh, sure.
right? And then you have one of your friends who goes to the hospital. Instead of you going out with other people who continue to go on and have fun, am I right?
Right.
Cassandra and Taylor, you say, you know what? My friend's more important. I'm going to the hospital with my friend.
Right.
Right. Not only did you do that, you told me that you went back to Pensacola, took care of business that you had no choice but to take care of. And instead of going on about your merry way, you drove back over here, back over to New Orleans to see your friend and check on your friend. I can tell you now, I have probably very few, if any, friends that I would do that for.
Right.
Which tells me that you're probably a nicer person than I am. Right? And I believe that. I believe that story. I believe without a doubt that you went back just to check on your friend and to see how she was.
Sure.
And only a decent person would do that. Right? You have nothing, what do you have to gain by driving all the way back to New
No, I
Orleans?
agree.
So, you know, again, we're talking about a little baby boy who's missing his mom. And we need to let him know what happened.
I don't know what happened to her.
That's this. Why did you go back out to that farm on Britt Road the next morning?
Maybe to feed horses? I don't know.
Was that something you normally do? Because we don't find you going back out there too many times.
No, it just depends on what they have going on.
So when's the last time you remember putting your eyes on Taylor?
When we're at my house.
That afternoon?
Right.
Or that early evening time?
Right.
On the 8th. Not the 9th, on the 8th.
You went to the Tatum's wedding, right?
Yes.
You and Zach.
Right.
And where was that at?
That was in Robertsville.
About what time was the wedding?
I don't know. I think it was in the afternoon.
Did y'all stay for both the ceremony and a little bit for the reception?
Zach stayed the whole time. I didn't.
Do you know about what time you left?
I don't know either. But it probably wasn't late.
What did you drive out there?
The Jeep.
What did Zach drive?
He rode back with. No, we drove the truck. He rode back with Milstead.
So you left in the trunk of the Jeep?
The Jeep.
Which Jeep?
Oh, you said you drove the truck out there, sorry. I'm confused now.
I don't know. I don't really remember what we drove, but probably either the truck or the Jeep.
What vehicle did Ashley leave her personal property in at your house?
She had some in the Jeep and some in the truck.
What property did she have in the Jeep?
Her rings and stuff and
In the Jeep?
Yeah, in a box maybe.
What did she leave in the truck?
I don't know, maybe hats and some other stuff.
Have you collected all that property up
Mm-hmm.
and you've given it back to Cassandra, or do you still have some of it?
No, I don't have any.
You've given everything back to Cassandra that was in the truck.
Yeah, I believe, yes.
Okay. Are those vehicles like really messy?
I mean, depends on the day.
Do you recall if on those days those vehicles were filled with a bunch of stuff?
It's possible.
When you're at the wedding,
Mm-hmm.
this is the tower your phone was bouncing off of,
Mm-hmm.
or was communicating with.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we did the same thing for Taylor's phone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is the day of her disappearance.
Right.
She's either at your house or
Right.
probably at her house at 9/11.
Right.
Because Cassandra said she didn't leave until closer to 10 o'clock, she thought.
Okay.
Okay. So she had 2 phone calls at around 9/11. 9:13, she's still at the same house, probably. 9:48, she's at the same area. 10:10, same tower, same sector of the tower.
Right.
Okay. Could be your house or her house.
Right.
Probably her house. Because she calls either FHP or FDLE is who this number comes back to.
Okay.
It's a state phone. Do you remember making a phone call to one of them while y'all were together? All right. So the next morning, her phone, this is the day after she was disappeared.
Right.
Okay. At 2017,
Mm-hmm.
that's 8/17, the first phone call. Her phone is communicating with a tower that covers your house.
Okay.
Not her house, your house. Again, same tower,
Right.
same place. 8:20, all these are incoming calls, they're not outgoing calls.
Right.
Same tower covering your house.
Right.
9/11, her phone's obviously moving because it's over here off of 9 Mile in the interstate somewhere,
Mhm.
somewhere in that area. Okay. Still moving. 7:53.
Mm-hmm.
17:53. So I defined this backwards. Anyways, it arrives back at your house later on that evening.
Right.
Okay. Your phone and her phone is communicating off the same tower,
Mm-hmm.
8 minutes apart. Why do you have her phone, or why is she with you?
She wasn't with me, and I was unaware that I had her phone.
How did you get her phone?
I don't know that I have her phone. I mean, it could have been in the stuff that she had in the vehicle, but
Here's the problem with that. You say you got a text message from her the evening of the 8th saying, hey, I'm okay, I just got to get away and get my head clear.
mm-hmm.
That's not possible.
That phone was...
I
You
don't-
have her phone.
I don't have her phone.
Well, at that point, at that time, a text came from her phone to your phone, according to you, saying,
Well, I mean, that's what popped up on my phone.
what?
I mean, I had a message pop up on my phone.
How did her phone end up back in your truck?
That I don't know. I mean, that's what I mean. I don't know that it ever left. I just got her stuff and took it to Cass.
But supposedly she left with her phone because she sent you a text message. That's what you're saying.
She had 2 phones.
Okay, but the phone that she sent you a text message on is the same phone that tower ping's hitting off of.
It may be, but that I have no idea.
Where is Taylor at?
I have no
You need to
idea.
tell us where she's at.
I don't know where she is. I don't have a
Ashley.
clue.
Look, if you were put in a situation where someone pushed you to do something for whatever reason, maybe against your will, perhaps in self-defense, if something happened and you're scared, don't be scared. Okay, if something happened, like I said, you're not a bad person. You're not a career criminal. This is a person who's traveled across states to take care of a friend. If something happened, tell us.
I don't know where she is.
We have a detective talking to Kyle right now. We know you text Kyle and asked him if he was at that farm on the 8th. Multiple times.
May have. I mean, I don't.
Then you withhold that information from us. The person who is trying to help a friend out, who cares for their friends, doesn't lie to the police when they are looking for them.
I didn't think that was.
Tell me what you did to her.
I didn't do anything to her.
Tell me what Zach did.
Somebody harmed her, and she's probably out of that farm.
Zach was never even around her.
Kyle.
Kyle's never been around her.
Brandon.
Never been around her.
Then that leaves you.
So you're the only one that was with her on this day at this farm that you did not disclose to us.
I didn't do anything
Let me
to
tell
her.
you this, if she's at that farm, we're going to find her because we're executing a search warrant out there right now.
That's fine, but she's not going to be there.
Then where's she at?
I don't know where she is.
Where's her body at?
I don't know where she is.
She's dead, though. You know
I
that?
don't believe that. I don't
Ashley,
believe that at all.
the thing is we know that you had knowledge that phone was there because a text was sent to your phone from that phone, and it was in your possession. It was at the same location. So either Taylor was sitting in your bedroom with you, right, texting you, and you somehow didn't know, and then stayed in your car with you and communicated with other individuals the entire next day, all the way out to the wedding, went to this wedding, was hiding in your car. There's no way humanly possible that you didn't have knowledge of the phone.
That I don't know.
The thing is, I think that you're concerned. I think that you're scared. There's no need to be. Right? If something happened, we're going to figure out. Would you rather us figure out what happened with you saying, I don't know, and then catching you in with these statements that are inconsistent? Would you rather that, or would you rather come forward and say, look, an accident happened, or this asshole over here, this guy pushed this on
Look at
me?
me for a second. Don't cross your legs and look at me for a second. Don't let us tell your story. Because this is going to tell us what happened. Don't let us tell something that may not be true. Tell us what happened.
I think at this point I need an attorney because it seems to me that y'all think that I did something to her.
Okay. I respect that. Sit tight and we'll go from there, okay?
While Ashley asked for a lawyer, detectives quietly moved to secure search warrants, targeting her home, her business, and most importantly, the Britt Road property linked to her family. Hours into the search, officers noticed disturbed ground covered with branches and soil. Beneath it, they uncover concrete mixed with potting soil. And then, the grim discovery: the remains of 33-year-old Taylor Wright. A single bullet hole in the back of her skull confirmed she'd been executed. Around her neck was the distinctive necklace she never took off, the final piece of proof. There was no DNA tying Ashley directly to the crime. No fingerprints, no murder weapon recovered in her possession. But the circumstantial evidence told its own story. The missing $34,000 check deposited into Ashley's account, the phone records placing her at Britt Road when she insisted she wasn't, and the surveillance footage of her purchasing the very materials used to conceal Taylor's grave. In August 2019, a jury found Ashley McArthur guilty of first-degree premeditated murder. She was sentenced to life in prison, with a mandatory minimum of 25 years. Her appeals failed. For Taylor's loved ones, the truth was devastating. Betrayed not by an enemy, but by the woman she once called her best friend.